Read about Yosef when he was in prison, and he was the valet of the Sarah Mashkim, and the Sarah Ophim, the wine steward, the baker, and he interpreted their dreams. The wine steward was going to be reinstated, and the baker would be hanged. And he had made a request of the Sarah Mashkim, Uskartani v'iskartani, remember me and mention me to the king. I'm innocent. I was taken captive, sold into slavery. So Chazal tell us that because he said those two words, Uskartani v'iskartani, remember me and mention me, he spent another 2 years in the dungeon, in prison. And therefore, this parsha begins v'imikation asayim yomim, at the end of the 2-year period, exactly to the moment, Paro Chole, Paro begins dreaming, and this is the basis, this is the exit of Yosef to rise to become the viceroy of Egypt. Yosef was Mashbir, he sustained the whole world. So there's the obvious question, which everyone asks, what about Hishtadlus, persons in the situation? We take initiative. Only after we take an initiative does Hashem allow the bracha to come about. Here Yosef interpreted his dreams. He felt the man had a degree of beholdenness to him. He had a right to ask the question, Schartani v'skatani, so what was the claim against Yosef? But yet, Chazal tells us, based on the Posuk, in Tehillim, Yosef shouldn't have relied on this heathen, that he would be the one to release him. And as it says, Vayishkocheyu, actually, the moment the Sarah Mashkim, the wine steward, was reinstated, he forgot about it, as if it was never happened. So I was thinking, the many answers given. If a person sees his life, that literally, without any effort whatsoever, Hashem always catapults him to the very top. And he's always in a position of control, effortlessly. He achieves that. He arrives there. And he takes hishtadlus. He takes initiative. He does an act of hishtadlus. There's a problem. Hashem is holding your hand and pulling you up. Where are you going? It's clear you're not supposed to participate in this. You remain focused on what you're doing. Yosef is sold into slavery. He comes to he's purchased by Potiphar, either the meat purveyor, the executioner of Egypt. Immediately rises at a point, he's running his household. He fully entrusts him with everything. The level of success is not to be fathomed. He's released. He's sent off to prison because he was accused of trying to rape the wife of his master. He's in prison, a warden. It's a dungeon. Immediately, he becomes the equivalent of the warden. The warden has no relevance to overseeing the prison. Yosef again. All of a sudden, he's given responsibility to be the personal valet of the Sarah Mashkim. There's a prison only for ministers. And he's the valet and attending to all the personal needs of the Sarah Ophim, Sarah Mashkim. Rameir Simcha of Dvinsk writes in the Meshech Chochma that we find that Yosef immediately he rose to power. All the protocols of diplomacy, of how a minister has to behave and how to act, he was mentored during that year period, that he accommodated, that he was involved intimately with the Sarah Mashkim, Sarah Ophim. I mean, this doesn't happen by itself. So Yosef should have read the script. If you read the script that Hashem is with you, and he's literally catapulting you continuously to the top, now you interpret this person's dreams. There's no reason to say a word. What do you have to say? Uskartani v'skartani. Hashem is writing the script, and he's writing till the very closing chapter of the script. You shouldn't participate. Not participating means that you question, is Hashem going to follow through? Therefore, that's a claim against Yosef. That's a lack of faith, a lack of bitochen and emunah. Therefore, that's the reason why for the words, those two words, Uskartani v'skartani, That's the reason why Yosef had to spend another 2 years in prison. In addition, we had mentioned last week when he was thrown into the pit, the snake pit. The brothers did not see the snakes, because if they would have seen the snakes, they would have realized he was a tzaddik. They were in the walls of the pit. Only Yosef saw it, and that's the reason why Yosef was so traumatized by this. It says in the Medrash, when he was taken out of the pit, he looked like a corpse, and that's the only reason why he only fetched 20 silver coins. The most beautiful person who ever lived. But why is Hashem terrifying? Why is he traumatizing him? There's a message. I'm with you. There's nothing to worry. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet, but you will see it. He goes on the caravan, and the Torah reveals the wares. Normally they're resinous, foul-smelling resinous. They're perfumes. They're fruits, which this is schar l'tzadikim. This is reward tzadikim, not to pain them. What's the reward? Hashem again is reiterating the message. I'm with you. So if Hashem is hammering away this continuously and shows him, what do you take any initiative? The initiative means, you never know, he may not carry through. It's a level of disrespect. Therefore, when you do take the initiative, there's a punishment for that, and therefore we spend an additional 2 years in the dungeon.